Hello. Hold on. Beth, thank you for redeeming first and your daily star candy. Alan, hello. Thank you for redeeming your daily star candy and welcome in. Beth, aren't you in the middle of a battle right now? I think I am watching you battle currently. But hello, welcome in. How is everyone doing on this fine Wednesday? So I went live earlier than expected because I decided that I'm gonna have a rest day today instead of go to the gym because my body is screaming at me. I was gonna go for a small walk, but I got home and I was like, today's gonna be a full rest day. So I traded my Friday rest day for a Wednesday rest day. And we'll probably do that moving forward, so maybe Wednesday streams can be a little bit longer than Monday streams altogether. I think that is going to be our plan from now on. We shall see. Maybe I will want to get a little walk in, and if that happens, I think 7 is a good start. But yeah, I'm very excited to get more into Shadowbringers. And I'm just very low energy today. As you can tell, I'm wearing a little blanket hoodie. I was like, I can't today, you know? But yeah, let's go ahead and let's pull up Shadowbringers. We just got to the end of, Alfie and Alize's stories in the New World, pretty much. So I'm excited to see what I don't even know what that guy's name anymore is. The guy who brought us here that I keep calling Victor, because I think I'm just gonna keep calling him Victor forever. But yeah. I pulled up, so like I said last time, I'm no longer on Spotify, so that was just a YouTube playlist, and it's a Pokemon one, and now it's literally making me miss Pokemon so much. And now I want a new game. I want a new game so badly. But I think they're gonna announce new console before they announce a new Pokemon game. But I do think once they announce the new console, a new Pokemon game will not be far behind. I posted this on my Blue Sky earlier, but is anyone on Red Note? I didn't know this app existed, and I am trying to, I don't know, get a little community on there because I am learning Chinese. So I am excited for hopefully that to assist me in my endeavors of learning that. All right. Back to seriousness.
And so you return?
Yeah?
Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
I guess so.
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Oof.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness.
Okay.
Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist.
Oh, interesting. So you get rid of the leader and then the pack will fall apart, pretty much.
Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmor might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience.
I didn't
He will not
realize.
take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
I didn't realize the Sin Eaters. I should have realized this sooner when we were going through that story, but I didn't realize that the Sin Eaters had like intelligence almost. Like I thought they were kind of like less intelligent than like all of these like human beings, but still had like more like animal instincts, I guess.
Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that eliminating the Wardens will be enough? Yeah.
Your uncertainty is understandable given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Okay. Oh. That's a fun trick.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds.
What?
This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source.
Okay.
And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source.
What?
At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities.
How does he know this
7
is gonna
times
happen,
has a
though?
calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Okay. Never mind. It's happened 7 times. So there's only a few worlds left. I wonder if all of these worlds have, like, life on it.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance.
Really?
In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
Okay.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Okay, what is the quality?
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
That's not good.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Alright, then off we go. So, I'm guessing this actually might be a dungeon or something. Unattuned, unattuned. So I basically just have to go back across here. And I should attune myself here. Maybe before I... You guys can't see it. I should go across here. Is what I'm saying. And then maybe I'll hook up here to attune and then go down. Wild, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? Oh, well. I'll just keep running this way. I have a feeling we might be starting a dungeon or something. We're about to fight the Light Wardens. Well, maybe one of them. All I know is that a town's under attack and I gotta go save them. Oh. Okay. Okay, this was the first area I was in. I wish I could, like, eat something to make movement speed faster. Speaking of, I need to just eat something to make sure my XP, I have the XP boost. Tune to here, amazing. And now we're gonna go this way. Bjorn. What a name. I actually think, hold on. I want a different mount. Why don't we do the Yule? Gosh, such a big mount. It is kind of funny using the bird and not really flying. Just kind of hovering. Can't stay tonight. Tabletop game night. Let's go. Love you. I love you so much. It is very cozy. I got this from a work event, actually. Crazy enough. We did a Secret Santa, and this is what I got. And I was like, oh, I'm keeping that. Please leave me alone, Mr. Tree. Oh. Gemstone trader. Wait. Where did he? Oh, she's way up there. Okay. We're just gonna kind of go straight this way. Why is it dark? It should never be dark. Oh, I gotta go around this. New location. I'm hoping I get to level 76 today. Just doing a fate really quick, no big deal. Gee, golly. Is that guy gonna... I'm dying. I'm dying. Yeah. Sheesh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, hello, Kiko. I need to go. I need to go here. Why don't you say hi? Oh gosh, my MP is like low. That's okay. It should recharge by the time I get to whatever fight I'm going to. That fate just became too many things for what little me can do. Oh, thank you. I don't want to know of my failure. I feel like I know I'm not going slower, but I do feel like I'm going slower on that mount. Why do we do this horse? Gray Draco. So I wonder, so they just explained there's other worlds. I wonder if we're gonna go to any of the other worlds after the first world. Not necessarily like straight after, but like if any of the stories are gonna take us to the other worlds. Because that would also be interesting. Okay. Right through these woods. A regular duty has been added to your duty finder. The instance dungeons encountered in the subsequent main scenario quest can be completed solo alongside. To make use of this feature, simply speak with one of your NPC companies near the entrance. And second option to form a party. Alternatively, you can also select duty support under duty and from the main menu and interact. When forming a party, you will need to follow the same role restrictions imposed when using Duty Finder. Alternatively, you can find party members via Duty Finder as usual and complete the instance with oh, okay. Interesting. So this is where they first introduced trust / duty support. Like with this is where they first introduced like where you could actually have support. They went back and added to the early, yeah, playing with NPCs. Okay, yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, baby. All right. This guy, that's the one I need. I don't need another one. Okay, cool. And we're just waiting on a healer. A healer. Average rate less than 5 minutes. Not bad. She is like eating up the pets right now. Ooh, shedding like a maniac. Kiko has been shedding so much recently. And I don't understand it because it's winter. Like, don't you want your fur? Aren't you cold? No idea. Okay, hi. Oh my god, moving my whole setup, please. She literally just had button. One of my monitors, which shook everything. Girl. Girl. She's so cute. I can't stay mad at her. Why don't I... Here. I'm gonna see if within this time frame I can make it all the way over there. Because I want to try and unlock that. And I have a feeling it's gonna warp me back to where I need to be anyway. So... everything's fine. This map is so big. I kind of wish you could, like, get your own assets to craft, like, your own little mini crystals. And you could set up, like, teleporters. But you would have to, like, do it yourself for sure. Kiko, please. Okay, I'm just trying to look at the water, y'all. Excuse me. Whoa, wait, it changes to green? Is it just that one section right there? Interesting. It's like just the very outside. Oh wait, no, there's more over there. That's so crazy. It's just like the total line. All right. I feel like it's better to stay on higher ground. Weathering. Oh! They're like saber-toothed tigers. Why is it withdrawn? What happened? Oh, requeue. Okay, okay, okay. Let me... Okay. Wild said, I'm tired of waiting. Let me just attune to this. And then I'll do it. Just give me 2 seconds. Actually, yeah, give me 2 seconds. Because I'm afraid it's gonna warp me back. And I'm literally right here. I'm so close. Hostile imperative. Okay. Amazing. Alright. Duty raid finder. Duty finder. Join. Immediate. Immediately. I don't understand why, I guess healers are hard jobs, so people don't want to do it as much. Oh me oh my. Look at us. Look at us and our little outfits. Love to see it. Ah, this fight. Oh gosh. Whoa. Me sprint a little bit. Oh, I didn't do the right button. It's alright. Oh, that knocked down my health a lot. I'm gonna be real, I didn't think it was gonna do that much. I apologize. I apologize, Wild. Oh, this is like a middle boss. Oh my god, she's so pretty. Golly. Could be. I hit the wrong one. I ran straight into that. Whew. Dear Lord. Well, I leveled up. Action learned Gluttony. Summons your avatar to deal unaspected damage to the target and all enemies nearby with a... So it's multiple enemy. Yeah. Oh, he's cute though. Why do they have to be so cute? Most troubling predators can lure you in. Touché. They're so cute. Oh no. Oh no! No! Why would they do this to us? I have such conflicted feelings. I don't know what this is. Oh, I see. Kind of. Not really, but a little bit. I need to not be in the front. Dear Lord. He's got like all the HP. Like 20 more seconds and we'll get her. Oh god, sorry. Sorry everyone. Okay, that made my heart hurt. We are just supposed to move on so quickly from that, and it's fine. Oh, are they just gonna like basically hatch one by one? Oh, I thought we were done. Alright, one last one. And then we get to move on? Or maybe a bigger guy shows up? Where is this, the big guy? Okay. Oh gosh, cutscene. Oh, I thought the Light Wardens were those pretty angels and not, that. Let's go. Oh, don't go too far. I'm not supposed to pull first. Thank you. Oh, I didn't make it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I didn't make it again! Oh no! What? I swear. They just hit me when I'm down. I'm so sorry. I ran into yours. It's a bitsy bit. I thought we were further along. Hey, I love how hitting the wrong button helped me there. Okay. Oh my god. This is so much fun. No, I didn't make it. Wild's like, don't worry, I knew you were gonna make it. I already got it prepped. The music is really nice. The music in this is top tier. They just have like a good score, I feel like, overall. Final Fantasy XIV does. He kind of looks like Venom. Well, thank you guys. I definitely couldn't have done that without you. Where is the exit? Behind this ugly thing. I didn't even get to say bye to that person. They just left. Ooh, I went this one. And the others I can pass on. Thank you, thank you. And I'm probably a cutscene after this, is what I'm guessing. Oh, who would have thunk? Not me. Not me.
It's releasing its ether. Fall back. We cannot let it touch us. Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw.
That will not be necessary, Captain.
Oh?
Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, Another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor.
Okay, so...
But now we have a way to contain that corruption.
Oh! That's me!
The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you.
Okay. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like Itadori eating, like, Sukuno's fingers, you know what I mean? Only I can hold the power.
Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
That's gotta be insane for them, because they've never seen the night sky. I would be... that... Truly. He's just like, behold. It's like, do you not think... I feel like everyone is actively like, oh my god, stars exist, you know? Oh my god, it's dark. You know, I just... If I grew up in this and like was 20-something and this happened, I don't know. I would have to... I'd have to get a drink, I'd be real. There would have to be drinking involved because that's just mind-blowing.
It's so beautiful.
Nobody's lights are on in their house. Crazy. Crazy concept, Alan.
The sunless sea.
Yeah, I like the sunless sea as well.
The warrior of darkness has come.
Oh, that's why I'm called that. Because I bring the darkness. Because I inhale the light. Oh. I'm still sad we just brushed over
Is that
killing the other girl.
what I think it is?
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people?
You didn't want to ask that before?
You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true.
I want to see this guy's face.
My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to
Wild,
sustain them, the
please.
Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will.
Whoa, that came
I
very
swear,
late.
on my life, I will one day atone for that deed.
I feel
But
like
for the
you should have
present,
apologized for that a lot sooner.
I beg you, stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the Wardens and restore darkness to the First.
I will become the warrior you need. It sounds like a glorious adventure. It seems I have no choice but to fight. I'll be the warrior you need. Oh my god! What? Oh my god, he's so small.
On behalf of the First, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
Wait, how old is this guy?
There are things which we can ill afford to lose.
I'm so confused because, like, I feel like it's common sense. If you knew that, like, his world was gonna end, why wouldn't you try and save it? Ali, come on.
And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them.
But also, he probably has a secret that we
Forgive
don't
me.
know.
I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin-Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
Wow. Wow. Truly, what can I say to that? Nothing. I have no words. Just... I can't. I'm just already ready to go and fight the other guys. Like, I just want to fight them like they're gym leaders. All in one go. Let's go. Oh my god, there's so much cat here where Kiko is laying now. Dear lord, I'm gonna brush her later. And I just brushed her like 2 days ago and got like so much hair off. Let's go to the next villain. Actually, I do want to change my glamour plate though. I feel like this one's kind of cute. I don't think I've worn this one before. Wait, why can't I can't wear the shoes. Why can't I wear these? I'm confused. Is it because my level is too high? It's gotta be that my level's too high, right? Braggy! You guys have very fun names, honestly. All right. Oh my god, I've been wondering why I feel off. It's because I don't have my slippers on. I'm like, why do I feel like my feet feel weird? Give me 2 seconds. Okay. You gained access to role quests. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, physical DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. In order to reach the final stages of the Shadowbringers main scenario, you must complete at least one role quest line. Speak with the Virtue Hunter at the Wandering Stairs to accept a quest offer. Okay. Noted. I think I'll probably have to... No greater scout. I will pick that up another time. Wait, maybe this is where I pick it up. Oh no, this is just me retiring to my quarters. Do I get to talk to the other Warrior of Light now? Is this the only time we get to like meet? No. Yeah, I was right.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out. Hi, I know. Just the place. In case you've forgotten, you're the only one who can see me. If we had one of our little chats in public, people might start thinking you'd lost your wits.
Well, I don't think they'd question it because I'm the only one who can bring the nighttime, I guess, so...
Those white-haired twins who are with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends, then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time?
I feel like you're cursing me.
I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
So this is what the light was hiding.
Who is that? Why does it... It reminded me of Lise.
She's here. I must go to her.
Oh, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Meanwhile, inside the Imperial Magitech facility in the source. Oh, back in our planet. Oh god, I hate that alarm.
Fan out and find them!
Estidian!
Out of my way!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Okay. I was supposed to say, she
When
does
the
not look
alarm
like a guard.
sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
I guess kinda.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear their receptionist was trained as a spy.
Oh,
Not that anyone can escape
Tataru!
that Baldassian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
She's had practice, truly.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart.
Sheesh.
Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, You are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Okay. Well, did he join them or not? It didn't tell me. Oh me, oh my. Miggy, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope work went well today. TP over here. And then run up the stairs. You know, if I lived in this world, I'd be so fit. They have so many stairs for everything. You gotta run everywhere. Oh my gosh.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
What? I haven't heard anything.
Laxon Loft, here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
Oh gosh.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
Well.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round.
Okay. Is he gonna turn us invisible? So we're gonna be like, fly on the walls.
I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter.
How'd I know? Who's this guy? He looks surprised, but also sad and not. This must be an old friend. He is old, so yes.
Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
Okay.
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater.
Relations?
Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
Okay.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting corse, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace.
Oh my god. Translation kick rocks, truly. He said nah.
I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
Nope, no idea. Not me.
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
So could he see us that whole time? Or is that just like coincidence?
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner.
Who?
A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of
Minfilia?
Minfilia.
Was that Minfilia? That I saw before?
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
The Minfilia?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you.
So I'm guessing
Also,
this is like
Alize,
a
would you care to accompany
version
your
of
friend?
Minfilia,
You
almost.
doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
What the heck is going on in this freaking game anymore? Who do I talk to? And leave this way. The other one looked like a door. Yeah. I must say this is... Yep. This is probably my favorite story so far. Oh, God. And we're not even halfway through. I can't. Are there multiple people I have to talk to? I fear this has already become my favorite. Come on. Speak with the curious child. Oh, there's another. Can I jump over this? I can. Amazing. Show-stopping. The book does not... Okay. Okay. Liz. 2 times the charm? You finally come across the copy of the... Yes. Now we go all the way back up and talk to my guy. See, 2 birds with 1 stone. Here's the book, good sir. Okay, now tell me about Minfilia. Oh, this is the guy that was shown outside. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvara. Just as all seems lost, a survivor appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clear sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly reappear in annals of history. What? This is so cute. This style, this is beautiful. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Vobert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's light touch. One of hair spun in gold and eyes of clear as sapphire. She was hailed as an oracle reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Elmorian army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. Oh, so it's like she's just being reborn and reborn over and over again. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto the grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the self-same eyes and self-same hair, and those self-same powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Umor. And she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. That's it. By the valor and sacrifice of these women that saved Norvanant, maybe, on numerous occasions, were it not for them, we might have never learned the light wonders and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps. In truth, it's rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant in the power that they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not, but all were made to face Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. Oof. What can you tell us about the current Minfilia? She was found by the Emorian army some 10 years ago and taken into their care, or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by the time Lord Valthyri's rule, Umor had already abandoned resistance and favored of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war that no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For a long while, we had heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain that she was alive. Save that into Umoran's best interest and for her to remain under their control. But then 3 years ago, a giant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like the hero of the tales. Indeed, well, I believe good grasp Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time. So maybe the first one was our Minfilia. And then after that, she was just able to pass on the power of light to others. I don't know. The gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than her own dear Thancred. Of course it was. Of course it was. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for too long, which is why we have not yet the chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as a Haladian's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's some connection between the woman we knew and her namesake, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean that they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake this charge. Okay. So we're gonna go rescue them, is basically what's gonna happen.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed.
I mean, we will.
But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. "'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you." My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all.
Are they gonna go rescue Minfilia?
As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years.
And a lot of people don't live that long.
Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for?
Yeah, why don't they start stocking up?
We have
And then I'll go
always
kill them
taken
the win.
pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost. But even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Welcome in. Yeah, low energy. This onesie is totally taxing. I put this on to, you know, make it more low energy comfy, you know?
Trust you to spoil the moment.
Excuse me.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmore's ultimatum.
Let's go.
Here, here!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
Damn.
And there you have it.
There
if
we go.
Yulmore wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
Crispy.
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
Oh, okay.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
I don't remember where were you last I saw. I don't know. I flew through post Stormblood, and I'm not too far in Shadowbringers. At least I don't think.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
I'm confused as to why we aren't off to go kill another one of those like big guys. Like I feel like while they do all that, we could go off and kill another one. And then more people get to see the night sky. Oh my gosh. I wish I could use multiple ones of these at once. Where's the, I feel like I picked up a song. Maybe I didn't? Guess not. Guess not. You're a very low energy warrior of darkness. Can't just be the night skying. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I did say low energy, so why would I be running all over the place? Oh. It's up, isn't it? Ah, I went the wrong way. Let's go back up here. Just teleport again instead of running. Yep, let me attune to this etherite really quick. And then I will run back over to the other one. Now I remember we were goofing around and like, true. Yeah, that was, gosh, that was a while ago. I feel like at this point, there's so much, it probably really wasn't that long ago, but so much has happened in the story. It feels like a long time ago. That was Shadowbringers still. I mean, I'm in Shadowbringers. I'm in Stormblood still. Yeah, I think that was when I was still in Stormblood. Required class. Disciples of Land or Hand. I remember doing the desert fight with you against the frost dragon thing. Oh god, what was... The desert... Oh god, how long ago was that? I cannot remember. I'm just gonna teleport back to the plaza and just run across. The Crystalline Mine is a role quest hub. Lots of XP and scribes. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, they'd said something about new roles and stuff, which I'll probably pick that up pretty soon. I just gotta figure out where to pick it up. Oh, I'm already doing it. Oh. Okay. Oh, for level 70 to 80. Okay. I'll definitely pick that up decently soon, I think. Is it gonna... Oh, it did TP me somewhere. That's okay. Where am I going? Oh, gee gosh. I guess we're doing a little side quest right now. This was the expansion. They discontinued doing individual story job quests and lumped them all together as groups. That makes a lot more sense, to actually do that. To kind of put them in together as groups versus, like, there... So many jobs and so many quests, you know? It was the burn in post Stormblood. Yes, the burn. And then I just actually posted a small clip from that today, which is so funny that it comes up today as well. Okay. I can fly? Oh my gosh. Not me just walking, not knowing I can fly. Oh, it's Z, it's Z. Oh, I gotta write it to the other one. I need that. Can I pick that up without... I don't think I can. So, for example, when story requires leatherworker, weaver, and carpenter to progress with, and any 3 of them can use. Yeah, I feel like that's so much better than doing, like, super individualized ones. That one stupid worm that chased after me. Truly, truly, Alan. So funny. What is it? Oh, here it is. Combat is similar. Those roles are based. Although ranged and melee DPS are considered one pool. They separate them later in Endwalker. Okay, okay, okay. Hello? Okay, let me grab this ether current. Hello? Oh, the other side. Up there. Oh yeah, Shadowbringers is when I tell you to have one of each job leveled up for the job quest. Oh. That would make sense. So one physical DPS, one caster. You can grab Picto at 80. Okay, one healer and one tank. I think I have DPS, and then I'll grab Picto. At 80. I need to grab Sage, honestly. And then my tank might be gun. I want to say Gunslinger, but I know that's not what it's called. But to me, it's Gunslinger. Gunbreaker. Yes. I tend to take 3 jobs through MSQ anyways to help divert all the XP coming in since it's too much for one job. Yeah, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? That would be a good idea. Me just being like, I like Reaper. I'm gonna be Reaper. Please. I do choose jobs solely on vibes. Like that one, I want that vibe. I'm gonna pick up that job. I mean, the only reason I really wanted to be Reaper is so I could wield a scythe, so... And I don't think I'm wrong for that. I think that's a great reason to be Reaper. A scythe is just the coolest weapon, and... Yeah. Yeah. It might be fine for a time since it starts as yeah. Beth, you gotta remind me to pick up Sage off stream. I do like the Viper dual wielding. Wait. I forgot about Viper. I forgot Viper exists. Alan, you're bringing something to my mind. I forgot this existed. I did want to pick that one up too. Some people get addicted to dailies, so they overlevel 20 plus levels past their MSQ. Oh my gosh. I am sadly not one of those people. I want to be one of those people, but I am not one of those people. I am the people who play 5 bajillion games at the same time, but they're all very time-consuming games. So, what to do? What to do? Oh, is it up more? What is... Oh, it's gotta be down. In here? What? What is going on? Oh. I feel bamboozled. Is that a flying walrus? I can't. I can't. That's so funny. Okay, I don't see anything right there, so I feel like we have to go up. It's probably like on the roof. Wow, look at those people flying. If only that was me in any of these zones that didn't automatically give it to me. Okay. Okay. Oh, up more? Oh my god. I was about to jump. I was truly about to jump off and give up and be frustrated. Holy sheesh, this is high. I don't think we've ever been this high before in the game. Is it a flying walrus? It wasn't? Hope you're not afraid of heights. In game, no. In real life, a little bit. Just a little bit. You were quite fortunate. Ether currents are heavily streamlined and outdated expansions. They removed all of them except 4. And whatever ones from Blues. Oh, I know. I know it used to be like it's 10 times harder to do all of that. And I'm like sitting here being like, wee. Minfilia! Okay, those shoes though. When can I get those shoes though? Her eyes are crazy. I don't remember them being that glowy. Yeah, current expansion is 10 currents per zone. Oh my gosh.
What now?
I just scour Lakeland for like 10 currents to fly. Oh my god. God bless your soul.
The Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
They said we got sleep powder. It's like the Wicked Witch of the West. Oh. Wow.
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Where's Therincrad, though? They intend for you to do 6 fates for the area and use the bicolor gemstones to purchase mount speed. Oh, to help you run them faster. There's so many different aspects to this game. I still have no idea. Like, I had no idea. I had no idea about that. Or I might have. Maybe someone told me before and I forgot. Okay. Why is it not effective on us, is my question. Okay. That took medicine. Oh. I probably did skip that cutscene. Thank you for the information, Alan. You know me and my cutscenes. Non-existent. I should have taken the healer out first, but it's fine. Everything is fine. Alize? I guess we picked Alize up. We'd be hitting the escape key unless there's a pretty face. Most of the time, if they're not talking to me, if they don't have voiced lines, the girl's not reading it. There are some exceptions, like the Minfilia backstory. I really did want to know what was going on there.
Let's give them a show.
Bro, this guy just keeps following me around. don't seem to be getting anywhere. Where are we going? Oh, okay. The way is relatively clear. Good. Up here? Okay, cool. Bindings? Oh, it doesn't affect her. I thought maybe she would have, like, been sleepy too. Thank you. Are you from the Crystallium? Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons. Made to the specifications. The same specifications as Thingrad's. Be ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way. Oh, now we gotta escape? I guess that makes sense. Oh no, something big is gonna happen. Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. Will I? Will I? Dang, now I hit the wrong button. Okay. Why'd he go up in health? Sheesh.
Why do you persist in this folly? It's over!
Hey now. Hey now. That's not fair. Hey Thancred. It would be a great time for you to show up. Why is he stronger than me? I'm from another world. And if he's stronger than me, why didn't he take down the guy I just took down? Like the big bosses.
You boy, you bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore.
Thancred, Thancred, Thancred. Hey, yeah. What'd I say? He always makes his entrance like that.
Thancred?
Of course. Looking as good as ever, Thancred.
You are the wretch who stole her from us.
And what if I am?
What?
Pathetic.
I haven't seen him in so
Vermin
long.
such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
Urianger! It's your time to shine! Oh! Thancred, what in the heck? What is his... Oh... He's a monk.
Break!
Oh! He said, oh no you don't.
Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
Oof.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulmore dare not bear its steel.
Where are they going?
Ilmeg, the fairy kingdom.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. We're going to see the fairies.
To think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds.
Excuse you?
Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry.
How is he here?
But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already.
Oh my god. Why is it shown question mark? We know exactly who you are.
Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
I like how it still showed question marks. They are good at dimension jumping. I know. I wanted it to not be likely. I didn't want him to be here.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom
Go
of
away.
Verbat. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest.
Oh.
Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk.
Well, it's good for the Fey folk.
Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
We should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met.
I
Right,
didn't
only feels
mean
like
to
one to me,
click.
but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Yulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Alright.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now, but we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Urianger is here too.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Urianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Yulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish two things.
Okay.
First, rendezvous with Urianger.
The gang's
And
getting
second,
back together.
Eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world.
Oh!
I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Oh my god, a fairy.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now, put away that frown and have some fun with us. Yes, let us have some fun. Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
We've been there so many times, but I can't. Why can't I remember?
Oh no.
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
I didn't know the fairies could cast spells like that. Oh gosh, I guess we get all of them. So we gotta find Urianger. This place is really pretty. I like this place. Very cool. Summoning stone? Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Let me attune to these etherite, and then we'll talk to Thancred. Oh my god! That's so cute! Search for looking grass. Just be honest. Pretty like the morning dew and funny like caterpillars. Oh. Can I like normal speed? I should have known it wasn't the first one. We're the second one. It's always 3 times a charm. Always. I feel like I'm just like, I mean, obviously I'm in slow motion, but I feel like, you know, when it's like those movies where it's like, ah, they're in slow motion. That's what I feel like. Oh my gosh. Alright, here's the looking grass. Come on, let's find Urianger quickly.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
The game is over. They're so cute.
No! We are found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls. These two have been here before. Look! Twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Play with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Elmeg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh my gosh, bless his soul.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we?
Should we? Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
He does not sound happy about that.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition, that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2, or 3.
Okay.
Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urianger.
Alright, what are your troubles?
Well, there you have it. Pixie chalk.
Who is the warrior of light if I'm not doing little chores for everyone I meet? I cannot wait to see Urianger. I feel like I haven't seen like a bunch of these characters in so long. What is up there? Oh, there's another one right here. Alright. A few more to go. Summoning stone is so cute. And I'll pick up that fairies on the way down. I truly forget there's fall damage in here. Not that there really is, especially, I mean, if you are in a fight, of course there is. But I meant, like, if you're not in a fight, you can't die, so... I'll go to this far one, I guess. Whoa. Please leave me alone. Okay. Am I gonna have to fight something? I feel like I will. Crazy. I also feel like I haven't done like small quests like this in a very long time. Whoopee. If I... Oh, I'll warp back. I had no clue. I better deal with unsuspected I gotta see what that one is like. Well, I've already committed to this side, so I guess I'm gonna go around and up and then back down. I really didn't think I was gonna level up twice today, but I guess I've just been racking in the XP. Which is why I need to pick up another, another job. Oh, wow. That's a really cool ability. What the heck? Okay. Hold on, I do need to get this one over here. Please don't look at me. Leaf Man. This one? Yeah. Here, let me get on my horse because this is gonna go 10 times faster. Maybe not 10 times, but you know, 2 times. Oh, Oh, there's one right here. Little leaf man. I think, yep, he's right here. Then hopefully when I'm done with these three, we can go see Urianger. And leveled up 2 levels today. Let's go. Okay. Whew. Are they gonna keep us running around in circles forever? How goes it, Clara? So, a mix of oh my god, tasks and pranks. Yes, that's pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire how much more there's to be done, the answer is the same. A little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Urianger once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed. Aww. Though they do not have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals, for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was linked to the core that resides in the aether, and its presence is the difference of us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Okay. Okay. I am done. Fail. I am, I'm saying. What am I doing wrong? I mean, is it because I'm like not necessarily... Is it an L? UL? Oh my golly. It was an L, not an I. Oh my god, I have to add a comma. Oh my god, I didn't finish reading. Ha ha ha. Oh, loveliest. Of branches. Please grant me your succor. There we go. This was annoying on PS5 controller. Oh my god, I can only imagine. I think I would have spiraled. I would have rage quit.
You're late! Late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting.
It took the time out of the FU before the last one got filtered. That's so real, though.
Sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing she is. Cold and cruel and heartless.
I'm sorry.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Oh.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
I mean, she kind of just proved him
just
right.
Now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Why are they a different color than all the other fairies?
Well. If it isn't Theo Ool, the mold feel. It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself.
Oh.
Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, she will never be yours. Never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No.
No! You can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of her bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that,
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Oh no.
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
Calling out our large inventory, truly.
We won't be joining you.
We'll reveal the hidden Fernic to you at once.
Yeah, why is our little fairy a different color? Is it because he's they left? Oh my god. Whoa. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite places. Holy
So
heck.
this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the
Amazing.
delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Yes, let's go see Urianger.
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna call on them for everything now. Gee whiz. Oh god, way over here. Oh, in that house over there. Oh. I think I can run. Yeah, I can. Please don't look at me. These butterflies are beautiful. I like how the other one is called purple and then the other one's called blood. Okay. Alright. Ariane, please. Inside we go. Is he even here? Oh my gosh. I guess he's been here a long time though. Technically.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way.
Oh my god.
The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
Stop. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Why doesn't he look like this all the time? Why must he be in that other stupid outfit in our world? Look at his outfit. It's so good.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
Oh. But
another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
why is he sending her away? That's so mean.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
I have, absolutely, yes. I have. You were the last one to check off my list.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity.
He looks so good. Thank you for
As I
the
drifted
back.
hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come.
God.
There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald.
Okay.
So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful Ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time.
I'm guessing foot, yard, mile.
Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose.
Well, I hate to break it to you, sir. It is
Potency
already
defied
happening.
all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own. wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil.
Oh my gosh.
To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was
That
the
makes
spark
sense.
struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order
No! Boo! Boo! Go back to your other outfit. I don't even care that I don't even care that this vision that he saw that we're all dead. I just need him to be in this other outfit, not this outfit. Boo. So literally all of us had died. Oh.
were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee.
What about you? So he just said I died. He didn't say that everyone died. That seemed to got lost in translation.
An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold.
Okay.
No
Exactly.
matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery.
Which
that
was?
of Black Rose's inexplicable potency.
Okay.
Come.
Okay. I follow.
Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
Sure. It does look like elements to me.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source.
Mm-hmm.
As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active, umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral.
Okay.
Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. It was only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth.
Well, I feel like you could assume
Peace and tranquility
would be
being
called
as purest
light.
white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
He does like to yap. truly, he could have said that in 4 words. And he said it in a paragraph.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
Maybe.
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land.
Valid,
And
yeah.
according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings.
Oh, so they're contrasts of each other,
Should
polar
such a weapon be
opposites.
unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
We would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged.
Yeah,
we
let's
are to
go
eliminate
fight.
the Light Warden of Ilmeg.
Yeah, Light Warden.
Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leargear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake.
Oh,
To
okay.
enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation.
Oh, okay. That's one way to
Henceforth
put
shall I
it.
accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Oriange. Wow. Wow. Is it another cutscene? I just got out of a cutscene. No, it's just loading. Courting cooperation. All right. We gotta go ask the pixies for help. But I think on this note, we are probably gonna end stream. Whew, I feel like we got pretty far. Okay, 12 seconds and then it's gonna exit out. Alright, let's look and let's see. What a change. Let's see. Let's raid. Let's raid. Is Kate going for a long while longer? Do we know? A bit longer. Okay, cool. We'll raid into them. Here are my socials. I post when I'm gonna go live on there. So give a follow if you want to know. And then here are my raid messages. If you guys can stick around for the raid and give Kate all of our love. They are also playing Final Fantasy XIV, but they are further in it than I am. They're like the next one. I don't know what it's called. But yeah. I should be live again next week, next Monday. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys then. And if I go live before then, I will post about it. Okay. But thank you for being here. Anyone else who's still here lurking, I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
I'm just gonna sit, and so you can see absolutely nothing. Wonderful time to raid so that I can just sit. Hi, Raiders! Hi, Kira, I love you. If y'all don't know me, my name's Kate. Kate, call me either. I use she, they pronouns. I'm a queer.